With Regulation G open on Showdown and the first Regulation G regional fastly approaching, let's break down the top 5 restricted Pokemon you need to build your team around. So if you're aiming for dominance and aiming for consistent play and trying to learn how to win in Regulation G, these Pokemon should be at the core of your strategy. Now let's start off with number 5 on the list. We're going to talk about Zamazenta. Now listen, Zamazenta went really well last year in the 2024 season. Michael Kelch winning a regional with Zamazenta. Honestly, its defensive bulk and utility. Zamazenta really balances defensive and offensive gameplay. You get the defensive boost off rip, and you're able to start body pressing and KOing things off rip. Honestly, you saw last year this Mon was honestly a terror to go up against, paired with amazing mons like Rillaboom for terrain control, and you had Latios to swap in if you wanted to stop someone trying to use a ground move on Zamazenta, and you had Levitate on Latios and Galarian Moltres as well, adding that extra pressure. So truthfully, Zamazenta is a really good mon if you're wanting to not play a slow game, but also knowing when to outplay and outpace your opponents. Again, Zamazenta is just really good. It thrives in teams that try to utilize setup opportunities, and Zamazenta just continue to iron defense and just hit body press, and GG, you win. Like it's a no-brainer. All right, next we're gonna talk about Terrapagos. Terrapagos, it's a really great mon. I honestly thought it was gonna win Worlds. So really disappointed, but despite it not winning Worlds, it's still an incredible Pokemon to add to your team. First of all, its ability, incredible flexibility to team building. It negates first of all, it makes any move it hits when it's full HP not super effective. Like it's like multi-skill, but 10 times better. And then you obviously have the terrestrialization that Terrapagos has, Stellar, and then with its signature move, it just super effective, hits any and everything on the field, and it's double hit on the field. Like Terrapagos is just such a good Pokemon in Regulation G. And then you can pair it with different mons like Clefairy, Cure Health Bag, Continue to Follow Me for Redirection. There's so many mons that I'm going to talk about in a separate video on the best teams to play. Just know Terrapagos is literally right there. It's a mon you need to use. It's a Pokemon that has really shown consistency. You can use leftovers, you can use choice specs. It's so many different things that makes Terrapagos great. But truthfully, it's one of those Pokemon that you need on your team. Next, let's talk about the mon that surprisingly isn't number 1 on this list, but I'm biased. I'm going to talk about Miraidon. First of all, let's just get it out the way. Miraidon won Pokemon Worlds for 2024. It's just insane. You get, first of all, electric terrain off rip. You can hit really hard with Volt Switch. You can go crazy with Discharge and bringing in Ursalunas. You boost your special attack when using electric moves on the terrain. Electro Drift hits like a truck. Its dragon typing gives amazing coverage for other mons. Truthfully, even if you have Terra Grass and you're trying to nullify your attacks, it doesn't matter. Miraidon still hits hard. It just adds unbelievable pressure. It really helps with mons that can boost its speed. It's really a good Pokemon paired with Tornadus. Truthfully, if you're not trying to think about a game, you need to just play with Miraidon, and honestly, you'll win. You'll win a lot of the time. All right, next on the list, number 2. Probably my favorite restricted, probably the only restricted I actually played in Regulation G last season, is Calyrex Ice Rider. I literally just press Glacial Lance. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's the best Trick Room sweeper in the game, in my humble opinion. Best Trick Room sweepers in this game. It just thrives on bulk, its sheer power. One of my favorite ways to play with Calyrex is having Choice Scarf Urshifu, coaching, hat off rip. And one of my favorite plays is when people try to assume I'm gonna be cool. You taunt me, or you think I'm gonna do Trick Room, you taunt me, guess what? Glacial Lance coming out, you're done. Like, coaching Glacial Lance is insane. It does so much damage, and truthfully, with the incredible spread damage of Glacial Lance and with amazing teammates, it can control the pace of a game entirely, whether it's Trick Room up or not. You can even play, even in a best of 3 scenario, if you know your opponent will taunt you, you can play around it. Honestly, Calyrex is really so good. Any Terra works with it. I personally use Terra Grass, so Amoonguss can't spore me. I'm trying to stop Trick Room. Again, it's just a lot of ways you can play Calyrex Ice Rider. That's just my way of playing Calyrex Ice Rider. So, but try to give that mon a try. Honestly, it's so brain dead. I'm not gonna lie. I have so much fun with Calyrex Ice Rider. I'm probably going to play Calyrex Ice Rider again this regulation G. Alright, and number 1 on my list. Listen, I just have to be real. Calyrex-Shadow Rider. It's one of the best offensive Pokemon in regulation G. You pair this mon with Tornadus or Urshifu off rip, GG's, bro. Just GG's. It absurdly high speed stat, the ability to nuke opponents with Astral Barrage. It's honestly just a top tier Pokemon. You can't ask anything more from Calyrex-Shadow Rider. You can bring it in the front, you can have it in the back. A lot of people just bring it up off rip. Like, what can you do? There's so many Pokemon that pairs well with Calyrex. I don't think you can go wrong if you pair it with the top 5 most used Pokemon in regulation G and slap Calyrex-Shadow Rider next to it. There, you have a team. I kid you not. Calyrex-Shadow Rider is one of the best Pokemon in regulation G, one of the best Pokemon right now in this game, and it just guarantees a lot of snowball potential, just being able to sweep a team if the opponent's not careful. These restricted Pokemon, they're just dominating Reg G for a reason. Whether you favor offense, defense, or flexibility, adaptability, there's something here for every team archetype. So listen, let me know what your favorite Reg G Pokemon restricted is. Again, mine's Calyrex Ice. I love Calyrex Ice. I feel like Michigan and Ohio State, you know, Calyrex-Shadow is Ohio State and Calyrex Ice is Michigan. I just feel like there's just that beef. There's really no beef, but every time I play a Shadow, I just have to lock in, you know. But let me know what your favorite restricted is. Again, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment for more Pokemon VGC content. But until the next video, go test these Pokemon on ladder and prepare for your next tournament online or in person, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.